Today I'm going to review this STX electric sausage stuffer. It's a 10-liter model. It comes in 10, 12, and 15. I wanted the 10-liter model because it's the shorter of the three. And most of my batches are 20 pounds or less. Today I'm making 10 pounds. So my first impressions are good. I like it. I don't know how you can do it better for the price. I mean, these things can be very expensive. I paid basically $400 for it off of eBay, delivered. Shipped to me ground from California. It took 4 days to get here. And I'm actually excited to make sausage with it today. I had my Enterprise ready to go for this morning because it wasn't scheduled to arrive until Monday. But I have it now. So let me show you some of the features. Well, first, what you get in the package. You get the unit assembled with two packages inside the tank. One will have the stuffing tubes and the silicone gasket. It gives you one extra silicone gasket for the plunger. And the second package will have the foot pedal control in it. I'll zoom in on this head here and show you the features. Okay, this is the power switch. When you turn it on, you get a light here and a light on the speed control switch. So this is the speed control switch. This toggle switch below it turns the foot pedal off and on. This is a 3-position toggle. The up position brings the plunger up to its resting point and it stops automatically. On the down position, it won't go anywhere until you push the foot pedal. So even if the foot pedal control is off and you go to the down position, it won't put the plunger down. So foot control on, down position, your tank will be loaded with meat, and you hit the foot control. It's very smooth and very quiet. The foot control attaches has a 6-foot cord and it attaches to the unit here. It's not where the power cord is fixed to the unit. It's not detachable. And I didn't measure this one, but it looks like about a 5-foot power cord. The unit on eBay says STX, but on the box, packaging, nothing on it anywhere says STX or any brand name at all. But a lot of these are the same. Orange A, Food King. The instruction manual says electric sausage stuffer instructions. So no brand name. The power is 25 watts, 110 volts of course, frequency 60 hertz, just your standard household outlet. Bring this up to its resting position, and I'll show you how to remove the tank. It's simple. It pivots at these bottom positions and locks in at the top positions by 2 spring-loaded clips, one on each side. Pull it this direction, slides out, and it has 3 feet. Sit it down and you're able to load the tank. The tank will go in either position. It can face one way or the other. It doesn't matter. You could have the funnel facing this way. The tubes are 1 5/8 diameter OD, 1.5. The one I'll use most always really is going to be this 15/16, and this one's just shy of 3/4 inch. They're all metric sizes, but you get 4 stainless tubes. Now the quality and everything seems to be pretty good. Running a magnet across it, everything's stainless and non-magnetic until you get to the weld on this tank. The tank's actually 3 pieces, not including the nut. This is a rolled stainless top, not an extruded top. So it has a seam in it. So you have a rolled top with a seam that's welded to a base. About 1 inch up on this base, there's a seam. Now it's all ground and polished on the outside, so you really don't see it. But on the inside, you can see I'm not sure you can see it, but there's a seam here, and you can see the line on the bottom. So when you pass a magnet across here, it's somewhat magnetized, but that's not uncommon for stainless. Grinding on stainless or welding it can cause it to attract a magnet. One more thing. Oh yeah, the tube's the same thing. Even the smallest tube has a seam in it. You only see the seam on the inside, but not the outside. The 2 smaller tubes are welded to the little funnel in. The bigger ones are 1 piece, but still with a seam in them. That's not going to be a problem, but if the tank, now look, this unit's not expensive, so you're not going to get the same tank it would with a $3,000 unit, but probably the only quality flaw I find is the seam in the tank. Now with the silicone gasket, it remains to be seen, but it shouldn't be a problem because the tank's not going to be perfectly round with that seam in it. It's going to have a little imperfection in there, so that gasket should compensate for it. If you were like these old cast iron Enterprise, where it's just a cast iron plate with no seal around it, any kind of imperfection in the tank will cause meat to come by the piston. The piston has get this out here. The piston has a valve on the bottom also to release air. So if you're putting 10 pounds of meat in here and it holds 20 or 25, when you begin to compress it, you're going to have an air pocket in there. So what will happen is this valve will come up and the air will just escape from the top of the piston and get down to the meat without having a problem. Easy to install, just that easy. Going to the pivot point, and when you get here, you just push it, it locks in position. And then down. The gears in these things are heavy duty. Let me unplug it out, turn it around, I'll take the back plate off. There's some heavy steel gears. They're I measured them, they were 5/8. I expected to see something like 3/8 of an inch in there. That would give me trouble when you're putting it in straining it. But they're heavy duty, 5/8 gears. There's a crank here also, I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe, no instructions about it, maybe you can manually turn it if you needed to. To make contact. Close anyway. Yeah. Ooh, that's gonna be too fast. Should have started slower and sped it up. Ooh, nice. Get a better position for the viewers. That's not the fastest setting. It's playing fast. Too fast. If I want to crank up one link, it would be perfect. Yeah. Turn it down a bit. Try this again at a slower setting. Let's see. Is that quiet and smooth or what? Hands off. And this is what I have left in it. Not much. This little tube's not very big. I guess I can weigh it and see what's left over. Well, actually, I could have put a little more in there. I ended up stopping it when I ran out of casing. So, but anyway, it pretty much gets it all in there. Then you have some on the bottom plate. Okay, my first impressions of this electric sausage stuffer. Well, I love it. It's the first time ever, and I've been making sausage for, well, over 30 years, easily. I'm 57 years old. So, it's the first time I was able to make it by myself. And it was quite easy. There's kind of a learning curve as to adjust the speed you want to run it at. And also, I was not as comfortable as I would have been ordinarily trying to get a better camera angle for the video. But it worked flawlessly. The seal on the piston worked great. There was no meat, not an ounce on this side of the plate. Which I have that problem with my Enterprise. When you're stuffing, you always get meat blowing over the plate, but there's no gasket around it. You have to clean
The pan was easy to clean. I mean, you just pulled it off, went to the sink, and rinsed it out with hot water, and super easy to clean. This took probably almost as long as the pan, I guess, as a cylinder. You got to clean the air valve, pull the gasket off, clean where the gasket was, and clean the gasket. And the gasket's going to go on only in one direction. It's not a symmetrical gasket. You have to put it on, it's bell shaped. You have to put it on with the bell going outward, facing down. And what happens is meat, as you're compressing the meat, it's going to come up on this side of the cylinder into this void and push the silicone gasket outward. So even if your cylinder is not quite round, this gas is going to flex to the shape of the cylinder because the meat, the pressure from the meat is pushing this gasket constantly against the side walls of this cylinder. That rod is not stainless, it's a steel, a chrome plated steel. So I'll put a little lubricant on there to make sure it doesn't get stuck. Screw it back on. I'll lower the piston down at the bottom of the cylinder and put my accessories in it and save it till next time. So I hope this video was helpful for somebody. I was looking for this particular unit on YouTube before I purchased it, but was unable to find it. So I thought, well, if I get it, like it or not, I'll post a video about it. But I mean, you cannot beat the price for this stuffer. I wouldn't call it a commercial stuffer, no. But for residential home use, I don't know how I could possibly wear it out. I'm sure parts aren't easy to find if you needed one. The gasket you can, the silicone gasket, because they're common. Other manufacturers use it. It's just a common gasket. And a switch, I could always rig something up on that. There'll be some parts that are hard to find if it went bad. But for the price, at the sausage maker, a 20-pound unit at the sausage maker is with electric one is $3,000, $29.99. I can buy 7 of these and have money left over to make $200 left over, $35. After I bought 7 of these, I still have $235 to buy sausage making supplies, you know. So is the sausage maker unit a better unit? Oh, no doubt it is. But how are you going to wear out 7 of these before you wear out one of those? It just can't happen. Alright. Hope you got some use out of this video. Y'all have a great day.